following podcast is being brought to you by the Defy Life Podcast Network.
In today's episode of Bald-Headed Logic, I sit down with Hocus 4/5, a man on a mission with a powerful message to make change within the hip-hop industry.
It was cool at first, you know. People talking about nothing. But then, like, what happened was people started talking about things that make sense. I was like, what the fuck? But then one of them looked me in the eye and he said, hey, my friend, it's just bald-headed logic.
Well, let's get right to it. Tell us about your background in the hip-hop industry.
Well, I've been rapping since I was young. Another rap group called Bang Bang Boogie. It consisted of my son, Cuban Link, myself, Lord Tariq, and my brother S1. And we was co-signed by 50 Cent and G Unit. You know, 50 Cent came out, ran our T-shirts and all that in the video. G Unit was helping us, promoting us. And, you know, then I wound up getting locked up again. And then I was on Rikers Island for 4 years.
Okay.
And after the 4 years, I went to trial and I was acquitted on all charges. And then, you know, while I was incarcerated, you know, I was overweight when I first went in, and I just made a decision like, you know what, I lived a life that any day I could die, but I wanted to live a life where, you know, I want to live, you know what I mean? So I made that choice. And I read this book called The Rave Diet and Lifestyle by Mike Anderson, and it changed my life. And it, you know, it led me towards this vegan path where now this is what I'm pushing as far as in hip-hop and as far as in my life, period.
No doubt. So with that being said, describe your brand in one sentence.
Hocus 4/5 is me, and that's my brand. I will describe it as a hip-hop health awareness brand.
Okay. That's dope. Definitely need more of that in the hip-hop industry. So how is hip-hop itself? Like, you know, you say I read your story, you know, your pops turned you on to hip-hop, and it's like been like, you know, history ever since. So how has hip-hop impacted your life from an early age?
It impacted a lot, man. You know, like you said, my father introduced me to the music. You know, I was born in Harlem, raised in the Bronx, so it's personal for me. You know, it's like I feel like it belongs to me. It's mine. Not just me personally, but you know what I mean. Like, you know, yeah, man, hip hop is everything to me. It's the culture. It's like, as far as the urban people go in America, it's like the only culture we kind of really have that we all can identify with, because, you know, we kind of don't really have a culture. Yeah. And we really don't. So hip hop is a culture for me, and I don't know where would I be without it, because, you know, I was really knee deep in these streets, and hip hop saved me, saved my life.
No doubt. Yeah, it's like, you know, everybody that's got a piece of hip hop, we really take that piece and we like feel like we own that piece of it. So I feel you on that, man. You like, sometimes it's like it's all we got. So I feel you.
That's right.
Yeah. So for my listeners that don't know, tell us how veganism affects the mind and the body since you made that transition. So as a whole, to everybody who makes that transition, how does it affect your mind and your body?
Well, starting with the mind first. Well, matter of fact, let me start with the body first, because that's where most people start at going vegan. It's a few reasons why people go vegan, but for me, it was for my body. Like I said a little earlier, I was overweight, you know, and I felt that I was unhealthy. So I wanted to change, you know, I wanted to make that change in myself within my body and all that. And, you know, since going vegan, I lost 50 pounds. I look 10 years younger than I did. I feel better. I have more energy. My sex drive is better. Yeah, really. And as far as the mind goes, it's like, I got a slogan I always say, you know, you eat animals, you act like animals. And I have noticed, and other people have noticed, and if you could ask them about people that really know me, like, yo, I've been more calmer, more level-headed, less violent, more rational. It's something when we eat that meat. It's like when a cow or pig or chicken or whatever animal dies, leaves a certain energy that's still attached to it. That fearful energy of right when it's about to die. It's like from an energetic standpoint, we gotta understand it from there. That energy is still attached to it, and we are consuming that.
Yeah.
We're consuming that energy along with all the other poisons that they pumping inside of these animals. That's keeping our bodies sick. So it just overall going vegan for me, it's like the best choice I ever made in my life, and I'm just like so happy that, and it took for me to go to jail to just really sit down and really study the information. So it's like a gift and a curse, you know what I mean? It's like something I didn't want to go through, but like I had to go through, and like you said, it changed me overall,
no doubt,
as a person.
Yeah, Ken, really quick, I'm actually, my family, my entire family is actually going through that transition now. My son was diagnosed with a tic disorder, and we started noticing, of course, the more meat and sugar he was eating, the more his tics were acting up. And it's like immediate, not immediately, but within a couple of days, we weaned him off of it. All the stuff we know we're not supposed to be eating anyway. And, it's like it subsides and it calms down. And you're absolutely right, as far as like the stress and the fear that those animals feel,
right.
Lead to that process, and right before they, are slaughtered, that transitions to our bodies, and we, and feeds into our cells. So you're absolutely right with that one.
Right, man. We steady putting up, the body is steady putting up a constant fight, to try to keep us alive. Our immune system, we have to get out of its way, because we can't really cure the body. Only the body can cure the body. The immune system is the best doctor that you ever find on the planet. It's right inside of your body. You have to get out the way. The only thing you can do is nurture your body. Get out the way and let it fix itself. By consuming these meats and these animal products, you're forcing the body to fight a steady battle where it gets tired of fighting. Like like if you was in the ring fighting, you get tired. Same way. That's how the body works.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no doubt. So being in the hip hop industry, we with the type of lifestyles that like many people in the industry lead, how can going vegan affect change like industry wide?
Well, industry wise, wow. So as we know, all rappers rap about, if it ain't ignorant, it ain't popular. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt.
If anything positive, ain't popular. So but I think the whole world is starting, because of social media, is starting to become health conscious. It's starting to become a little more cool. It's not as cool yet, but it's starting to become more cooler. And as far as in the industry go, I think a lot of people is going to start changing. A lot of people already are starting to change their eating habits, because they're seeing all these people dying. The kids nowadays, they on these drugs, this lean or whatever pills they taking, they dying in their 20s.
Yeah.
Back in the days, you see addicts, they was overdose. People probably overdose in their 20s and all that before, but really, you see functioning 70-year-olds, 60-year-olds, 50-year-olds, crackheads and dope addicts. I'm not promoting those drugs. I'm just saying, now these kids are dying early. It's getting ridiculous, man, and it's becoming an epidemic. And in hip hop, we seeing it now because of all the social media, and it's a lot of famous people, young famous people that die from this. Rest in peace to all of them. I'm not trying to put anybody down that's on these type of drugs. I'm just trying to help them, understand. We need to take better care of ourselves and look at what we put into our bodies before we put it there, because it's becoming an epidemic, and we don't want to see our kids go through this. So we need to make the change right now. And that's the attitude that I got coming into this day. I feel like it's more of a purpose than it is like something that I want to do. It's like something that was a path that was given me to take. You know what I'm saying? So not to get all cliche, but that's how I feel.
Yeah,
it's like I don't have a choice. It's like all roads is leading to this. I wouldn't be on the phone with you if it wasn't.
Yeah, absolutely. And like they say, the two most important days of your life are the day you're born and the day you figure out why. Once you find your passion, and once you find, your reason for existing, for one, it's never worked, and two, it makes you understand the true importance of something, because once you're meant to live something, it is not a task for you.
That's right. That's right. This is my purpose, and I'm here to fulfill it, and I'm taking the necessary steps in order to do it. Even days when I don't feel like doing it, I just know I have to, because the universe steadily reminded me that I have to.
No doubt. All right.
Yeah, man.
So, so for people who are thinking of making that transition, and most of all for people who think going vegan is boring and tasteless, what are some of your go-to dishes, vegan dishes, for people who think you can't eat good when you're going vegan?
Well, I always say this: anything that you eat as a meat eater, I can eat as a vegan. And my go-to as far as to create dishes is YouTube. Everything is on the internet. Like it's the information is out there. Like, you know what I mean? If you want to eat vegan mac and cheese, go to YouTube, put vegan mac and cheese. You're gonna see about probably more than this, but probably about 10 different ways to make vegan mac and cheese. But probably more than that. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. Whatever you want to eat, vegan steak. You want to eat some steak, but not real steak. Go put vegan steak. How to make it? But I eat. It's over 250,000 edible plants. That's when people ask me, "What do you eat?" I'd be like, "What do you eat? All you eat is fish, shrimp, and chicken, and lobster." And I can name 5 things that you eat every day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I eat a lot of different things, and I don't. Some of my go-to dishes that I like stuff that I used to eat. But vegan now, like I said, mac and cheese, I still love that. I eat it vegan now.
Mm-hmm.
I eat a lot of quinoa. I'm not really rice is considered vegan, because it's a grain, but I'm not a heavy rice eater. I'm more of a quinoa eater.
Yeah.
Quinoa, they say it's a grain, but it's really a seed.
Mm-hmm.
For people that don't know what quinoa is, it's a complete protein also. I recommend that people put that into their diet. I eat a lot of greens. I eat a lot of a lot of leafy vegetables. I eat a lot of fruit.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have a specific meal. Like I go to this meal every day. Nah, I just eat. It's like I said, it's over 250,000 edible plants, and
no doubt.
I'm just picking and choosing every day. I go to the supermarket, I go to YouTube, and I pick out these meals, and I just try to make them and create them. I'm not much of a chef, but I make it do what it do.
No doubt. And that's dope, though, because, I'm glad you said that, because, a lot of people think, going vegan or going vegetarian, they think you just eat salads all day and every day, and it's going to get bored eating salad. And, so I'm glad you said that, because you actually have more options when you make that transition.
Right, like I said, man. I'm talking about anything that you like. If you like a crab patty as a meat eater, you can make it as a vegan. It's just not going to be real crab, but it will be flavorful just like it. I mean, there's this restaurant called Viva Vegan out here. They got this sandwich called. I'm in Atlanta right now, speaking out here. They have this sandwich called Shrimp Po' Boy. Oh man, and it tastes. It reminds me of shrimp, but it's made from, I believe it's burdock root. If not burdock root, I apologize. It's some type of root, plant root. I believe it's burdock root, but it's so good. And it's flavorful, just like shrimp. They use vegan flavors, and it's great. You know what I mean? But it's just not shrimp. It's without,
That's dope, man.
So people could definitely make the switch. And there's so much different options that you could choose from as far as being vegan. It's like you're gonna find yourself eating way more different stuff than you would right now. Some people say, "Oh, but I have more because I have the meat and I can eat what you eat." But let's be honest, you're not eating what I eat at all. You eat some washed up vegetables every day that you probably overcook. I can name the 5 vegetables everybody: broccoli, carrots,
green beans,
cabbage, lettuce, green beans, collard greens. People eat the same thing. You're not really getting the nutrition that you need like that.
No doubt. Yeah, man. So before I get into my last question, so as far as like musically, like music goes, what are you working on right now?
I got a single on the market right now that I just dropped called Friends with Benefits featuring Ron Ye and Vado. Shout out to my boy Vado. Y'all know who that is. He's We the Best Artist. I'm DJ Khaled from Harlem. That's my boy. Ron Ye is another up-and-coming singer from New York. He's down with my movement, Bang Bang Boogie. I got that in the market. I also have a song called Why Vegan, because I'm an artist, so I'm very expressive. And though I can express it like this, I'm more times than not, I like to express it through my music. I'm more expressive through my music to me. So I got a song called Why Vegan. on why you should go vegan. That's dropping soon. The video should be here next week. And yeah, I'm just working, man. I got a mixtape coming.
Cool.
And next month. Yeah, self-titled Hocus 4/5.
Okay.
You know, it's more so you're gonna be getting me in that mixtape. You know.
Yeah. No doubt.
It's gonna be about Hocus 4/5.
Cool. Well, you know, anything we can do to spread the word, man, definitely let us know. We'll push it from this end.
Yeah, no doubt, man. I really appreciate it. Definitely when I drop the mixtape or while Vegan come out, I definitely you know, want to come back on the show and talk about it.
Yeah.
Oh, before I go, I just want to mention too that I have a juice that I sell.
Okay.
Formula 4/5. It's a green juice. You know, it's alkaline green juice. I put, you know, I'm expanding the business, so I stopped production on it, but, you know, look out for that also.
Okay.
You know, follow me, Hocus 4/5 on Instagram, and you'll definitely see everything that I'm doing and I'm working on.
No doubt. And there's the clothing line, shoe line as well.
Yes. So, you know, like when it comes to being vegan, leather and suede and wool is also a no-go because, you know, that's for animals.
Yeah.
So, but, you know, that's easy for me except for when it comes to sneakers, when it comes to shoes. So when I go shoe shopping, most of the shoes that I like be leather. So I thought, you know what, let me just create my own because I'm getting really tired of going shoe shopping. I can't buy the shoes I like. So I'm coming out with a shoe line called V-Style, and it's really dope, man. Shout out to Dury, my designer who designed it. Yo, he's an animal. He designed for a whole bunch of big companies, from Sean John to Marvel Comics to whoever you could think of, big dogs in the game. And he designed this shoe for me, and that's dropping early to mid 2019. You know, be on the lookout for that. They're a high performance shoe, but it's also stylish where you can wear and be fly with it also, man. So,
Word. That's cool.
Shout out to, you know, my team.
No doubt. All right. So last question before I let you go. So we started this Defy Life movement. You know, for those of us who live on our own terms, you know, don't live inside the box, and basically give a middle finger to everybody who tells us how to live. So how do you defy life?
By following my intuition, and you know, I learned that I am the creator and I create my own reality. And once I learned that, and I really sit in, it's like the light bulb went off. That's when I just, you know, especially like I told you, I was in jail facing, and I really felt that it's like something told me that if you don't make this change now, you're not gonna go home. And if you was there, man, the whole deck was stacked against me, but I made it out. And I really believe that I create my own reality. And I just, you know, and I don't care too much about other people's opinions on the decisions that I'm making. Because like I said, it's not cool to be a vegan. It's not. But it's like when you have that inner voice in you telling you that, like, this is your purpose, this is what you have to do. There's nothing you know, there's nothing to hold you back from that. You got to follow that. Because by pursuing your passion, it's in alignment with your purpose. And music is my passion, but this is my purpose. So I guess I defy life by just be creating the reality, you know, that I want for myself.
Absolutely.
You know, by pursuing my passion.
Okay. All right, man. Well, again, man, anything you got, you know, happening in the near future or beyond, definitely let us know. We'll be glad to have you back on. You know, I don't, you know, whether it's on any of our shows. So, I definitely, you know, love the message, you know, behind what you're pushing, everything that you're doing, and the changes you've made and continue to make, man. You know, first time meeting you, but you know, I feel genuine saying I'm proud of you. You know, like, you know, just
thank you, man. Thank you. I appreciate
so
that.
keep doing what you're doing, man. Yeah. So, you know, again, this is, you know, it's been an honor because I feel, you know, as a lifelong hip hop fan, this is a long, you know, this kind of movement is long needed, and keep, you know, this kind of message, like you said, anything positive, and especially, you know, we got our legends around. We want to keep them around. You know, we don't want to see all of our hip hop legends dying in their 20s and 30s. We don't want to see them get old like Willie Nelson and you know, all the country artists and rock artists too. So we want to see how people live long too. So it's dope, man. But again,
yeah, no doubt.
Yeah. So, but Hocus, man, thanks for joining me. Again, this has been you know, a special episode of Bald Headed Logic, brought to you by the Defy Life Podcast Network. I'm your host, J.R. Glimpf. Hocus, have a good one, man. Appreciate you.
I appreciate you, man.
Shh. You hear that? Listen closer. That, my friend, is the deafening sound of focus. It drowns out all the useless noise that can clutter the moment. Naysayers don't exist. Haters? Smaters? The peanut gallery? Who's that? When you're in your zone, all that noise and all that buzz is just elevator music. So, enjoy your journey, focus on your goal, and bask in the quiet roar that is progress. Because when it's your time to shoot that shot, spit that verse, or close that deal, the only voice that matters is yours. Defy life.